Welcome to another episode and video on my Raspberry Pi 1 running Raspberry and Linux and connected to breadboard with electronics. And now the project is to use I2C. The Raspberry Pi is connected to serial interface with a serial Pi Plus for Minicom terminal, then network cable for VNC, virtual network computing, and the band cable to the breadboard with some electronics. And it is this part of the breadboard, MCP 23008 I2C chip, which is supposed to, by algorithm, to control these LEDs, make them blink and go off. They're all attached, all wired, and also attached to oscilloscope. Now, last time I have made several tests. I've done several tests with specific demo program that should run this LED array. I've also run using wiringpi to show the use of the GPIO. Also a GPIO test and I2C test to see if things work, if the chip is detected, and using a piscope program to see how things work out, and they all have some different outcome. So what to do next? Because I can't show you right here what is going on. Therefore I am going to take out each and every LED and put them to a fischertechnik power controller. In that way I can check if the LED is still alright. I can't connect straight here because this one is maximum 5 volts. This one is 9 volts, some 10 volts, I measured it, and that means that I blow up this this IC, this chip, when directly controlled. Not the intention, so I will take them out and see whatever happens. And first I will do that with this one. And no matter how I do it, I'll have to be careful. So let's first take this one and then put this one on, and it's working. So that is good. Then the second one, although with this one being good and not doing anything here, the question immediately comes, then is the IC, is the chip any good? Well, let me just take this one out and check it. And I have to be a bit careful with this, of course. Yes, it works. But as said, this is 9 volts and this is not 5 volts with even a resistor in front of it. So That is a little bit of a problem because I don't have a voltage regulator. Anyway, I know the LEDs are correct, so how to go on? That is a very good question right now. Because with 2 LEDs checked, I will assume that these are correct as well, because with the program they won't work. And so far the chip is not being detected. So let's go there again. Right, so the power controller for fischertechnik has shown that the LEDs do work, well, at least 2 of them, which also shows that probably these work, but that they're not being controlled. I already said that I don't have a power source lower than 9 volts that that I can use for 5 volts. Although I can of course put them to the test and have one set right here, because this is also voltage line. So let me just put one in here, and that works, no doubt about it. So that is no problem at all. I can do that with this one as well, and that will give no problem either. So I have to be a bit careful. Alright, and yep, no problem. So not just with 9 volts, also with the 10 volts it works. Now I have to bend the pin a bit, the anode and cathode, so it fits again. Alright, it fits. So on the voltage that comes from here, they work. So how to go further? Last time I did the I have to select the VNC, of course. Keep in mind this one, the oscilloscope, set to I2C, and I have to, that's better, focus the camera, and then let's do the demo, and keep in mind, watch how this behaves. Because last time this behaved different than the other one. Here I don't see anything at all. Okay, then this one. Oh yeah, right, I have to do sudo. And there something goes very wrong, because it, oh, I should do it in here. This is where I usually have the program source on. So let me stay let me do the way I mostly do. That is one. Then that is the other one, and like the output said, not this one, Alright, and going down to the source code, through the source code, it turns out that it hangs somewhere in here, because this while is now being printed on screen. However, last time I also got very different signals here in the piscope, and that for some reason is now not going on. So let me is this any different now? No, this is not different. Okay, then since I get nothing at all, it is time to run the GPIO test. Mine is at 1, because, by the way, here at boot, and I have to go way back into the boot. Here it starts, and I showed it last time as well, but it doesn't hurt to show it again. Well, this is of course starting off the network file system, so I can copy things if needed, but that's not what it is about now. USB starting, but that's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. I2C. This is what I'm looking for. But it's somewhat different as well than I expect, because it does say it is loaded. Oh, right here. This is exactly what I was looking for. BCM 2708 and dev and the dev drive. So it is loaded. Everything is supposed to work. So what does this do? Yeah, alright, I will run with sudo, and it doesn't do anything. This one, and yes, that is the same as this one, 0, 20, 0, 20 gives nothing. So where to go from here? Different from last time, when I suddenly got more results over here from one of them, they now show absolutely nothing, and that's very strange. So let me see if I get any result here. Yeah, I do. So the clock works. I also get some data, but is that data in or data out? That's the big question. And here, let me do a bit here. Okay, yeah, so that is one thing. It is registered over the GPIO now, because this is the PI scope is registered to GPIO, the general purpose input output. But what I also need to see, How does this respond? It doesn't. And this I need to use with sudo. And this doesn't either. And last time I was very surprised to have this one respond on here. But that response is not right now. So what's going on with that? Is this chip broken or isn't it? Now there's something remarkable, because you can see here result that I had last time as well in the end, and the result is coming from this sudo demo. If I take away the sudo, it's not happening. The program is running, but nothing is happening on the scope. And now you can clearly see that there is something happening. Now if I do the same and I look here, things are clearly happening. Not here though, so data is not being sent or received, but clock is clearly doing something. Now back to wiringpi. And that starts out with the clock and stops. So let's go back into result. So while it is right here, which is in this part of the code, you can clearly see that it has a clock. However, as soon as it comes not entirely true, because this is the while, and the while is only printed. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong program. The while is only printed here. This is the while loop. Then it stops. So, what to do with this information? There's no data being transferred, which is not really positive. LEDs don't get any signal apparently. But why not? Is the wiring not correct? The wiring is like this. Well, whatever is the input or the output, actually this is in and output, or in this case it is I2C input, this is I2C output, because you're addressing, that's a good one. Yeah, this should be output, because you are addressing the LEDs. Anyway, they're not doing a thing. Right now there's no program running, so that's about it, but what to do? That is a very good question. So now I have tackled this one, I should use sudo anytime. But why there is no data? Also, let's see. Oh, right, because it has to be sudo. And you see it's a little flicker here. But this one is set to 5 volts. How, what voltage should be expected? Good question. I don't know. Well, it's not being detected anyway. Not anymore. So, where to go from here? Because unfortunately the result here is not being duplicated. Here it says clock and data. The upper one is data, I assume. But then why is this? What if I change the voltage? So the one, and now so right now this whole cell is 1 volt and it doesn't do anything. Okay, let's end the program. Let's start again. So there is some reaction. Let's change it to half a volt. Now, this is barely anything. You can clearly see there is some answer, but what is the answer? This is half a volt and you barely see anything. And now you see something. $50 millivolts. And what is the, that's a good question, what is the minimum or that can be seen at the GPIO? This is a null, this is 0 at GPIO, because it has to be, I think, from 3 volts or so. I can check, but this is way too low. Well, it is a response clearly. Let me also check the time base. (20 milliseconds). A bit higher. Oh, this is more like it. Look at that. Look at the similarity between this and this one. Can I get it more clear? Yeah, definitely. And then look here and here. Now I've got them exactly the same. But then again, setting this one instead of 5 volts to 50 millivolts, that's no good. Doesn't mean a thing. There's something, but what is it? Well, now I have the time base on the oscilloscope set to 100 milliseconds, and this is in milliseconds as well, so that makes sense. However, what makes less sense is that I get here for data a very different output than here on the oscilloscope. Not just 5 volts as this one is, although it is not quite 5 volts. The cell height for yellow, this one, which is actually clock, let me make that clear. So this one is clock, and it is not really 5 volts, it's 4 volts something, but this signal is the same as this signal, so that's one thing. This one is a completely different story. It is set for 50 millivolts, but that is this level, and it is way below that level. So what does it say? Is there a signal? Hardly. It's more or less 0. Can I change that? Okay, so that is no use. Yeah, it's no use to change that for anything less than 50 volts, 50 millivolts. What does that mean? Not quite sure. This is no doubt the signal that comes in to and from the GPIO, but how to explain this one, I don't know. Then back to this one, which has its problem right here. Not sure how to deal with that. I have to really find out about this one. Where does it leave me? Well, undefined right now. The LEDs work, but they're not controlled. What I already showed is this one, empty, and yet there's a signal. So, how to go on? Not sure. I have to think about it and analyze this further. Why and how? And with that, I've come to the end of this episode. So, yeah, already explained what where the focus will be next time. How to on? Not quite sure. Well, focus on the content of the wiringpi version of the test. And next, how can I find out that this chip is broken or not, blown up or not? I don't know. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like, much appreciated. You can also follow me on Twitter. If so, retweet, like and leave a comment. You can also follow me on Instagram. Please like and leave a comment. Please show your support and appreciation by donating. You can also choose to be a patron and have your name mentioned, depending on the monthly pledge you make. Either your name on just on my website or on my website as well as the video. And this is of course going to be continued. Thank you for watching.